Hi guys, it's Jessica here, and I'm finally back with another video. And today I am back with my annual horror movie collective haul. So this has kind of become a yearly thing that I do on this channel, where I showcase all the horror movies that I bought throughout the year. So this year I didn't buy a whole lot of horror movies compared to previous years. This year I think I only bought about 13 horror movies, and in previous years I bought like way more than that. But it's kind of becoming a space issue, and I think I mentioned it before in previous years, that it's just I don't have a whole lot of room to store all these movies. As much as I want them all, it's like I don't have the space. And also when I go out and buy movies, I don't buy horror movies just for the sake of buying them. Like I don't buy just any horror movies. I usually have a list that I use, and I usually buy off my list. So I do a lot of research on what movies I like, what movies I'll probably like, and what movies I won't like, you know, type of thing. And I'm pretty good at buying movies that I know that I will probably rewatch again and again. Hence why I like buying them physically, because if I'm gonna rewatch it, I want to have like the physical copy to be able to rewatch it. Especially because some of these movies aren't available on streaming, or they're on platforms that I just don't have access to for streaming. And it's nice to have a physical copy. I do love physical media, but I do know that it does take up a lot of room, and that it's just not always feasible. So this year, I didn't buy a whole lot of horror movies compared to previous years. I think I only bought about 13 horror movies, where in previous years, I bought way more than that. But it's kind of becoming a space issue, and I think I've mentioned it before, that it's just a whole lot of movies. Like I use this app to keep track of all of my movies like that I buy, so I know which ones I own, because sometimes I forget what I own and what I don't own. So it's nice to keep track of them, and I have about like over 200 horror movies, and that's a lot. I know there are people that have way more than that, but for me that's a lot. And I live in like a small apartment, and to be able to have all that in like one apartment, it's like, wow, it's a lot of stuff. So I try to not buy too many, and I try to like make a list every year of like what movies I want to buy. And if I didn't buy all the movies from last year on my list, then I'll like look at my list from last year and like add them to this year and try and get them. So you're gonna see some movies that are new, that recently came out, because I really wanted them, and also some older movies that I've been wanting for years and they've been on my list, and I finally like gave in and like, okay, let's buy this. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this, and let's get on to it. Alright, so I like to categorize the movies that I'm going to show you. So I'm going to show you the Asian movies that I bought first, and then we'll get into like the American, like Western movies. Okay, so when it comes to Asian movies, I didn't buy a whole lot of them this year. I only bought 2. So first movie I'm going to show you is Rampant. And this is a zombie movie. It's also from the studio that brought you Train to Busan, which is a zombie movie. So they describe it as like Game of Thrones meets 28 Days Later. So this is the back of it. This came out a few years ago, I believe, in 2018, I want to say. Yeah, 2018. So I actually had this on my list, I think, last year to get, and I decided to get it this year. So this is Rampant, and this is set in the Joseon era. If you're not familiar with Korean history, it's just a period in time in Korean history, and it's basically ancient Korea. But yeah, so this is the era, and there's zombies, and I think, yeah, it deals with like power, hungry people. Yeah. Anyways, it has Hyungbin in it, and I love Hyungbin. So I don't know if you can see here, if I can get a close-up with it. There you go, Hyungbin. So that's Hyungbin, and I love him. He's a great actor, and if you haven't seen any of his works, if you're not familiar with Korean actors, he's been on a lot of TV shows and movies over the years, and yeah, he's just a great actor. And this is Rampant, and I'm looking forward to watching it. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, also Rampant, I picked up on Amazon, and I'm going to be mentioning throughout the video where I got each of the other movies. So the next movie I'm going to show you is a movie that I've had on my list for years, and that is House. So I finally went and bought this movie, and I got it on Amazon, and I'm so happy I did. I haven't seen it yet, but I do plan on watching it soon, and I'm quite excited. It's been on my wish list, at least my Amazon wish list, for like years. I think it was like 2015 I added it, and I came across it and just added it on my wish list on Amazon, and I now went and bought it. So this is a Japanese horror movie, if you're unfamiliar, and this one I believe came out in 1977. So this is a movie from the 70s, and this is supposed to be a really great, groundbreaking horror movie. I think it's like a legendary director who did this. It's 1977. It's in color, and it has new English subtitles here. I guess there must have been original subtitles. There must have been a different version of this. I think you can probably get. Anyway, so here's the back of it here, and that's what it is. So the way they describe it here is as a psychedelic ghost story, a stream of consciousness bedtime story, an episode of Scooby-Doo as directed by Mario Bava. Any of the above will do for this hallucinatory head trip about a schoolgirl who travels with her 6 classmates to her ailing aunt's creaky country house and comes face to face with evil spirits, a demonic house cat, a bloodthirsty piano, and other ghoulish visions, all realized by the director via animation and collage effects. So there's a lot for this movie. Anyways, I'm really excited to see this, and as you can see, I got this version and I got the DVD. So that's it for the Asian movies. I only bought 2 of them this year, and I would have liked to get a couple more, but because of time and money, it just wasn't feasible. So let's get on with the American/Western movies. Alright, so we're going to get on to the American/Western movies. And when I mean Western, I'm referring to like Western countries. So yeah. Alright, so the first one that we got here is Candyman. I mentioned this, I think, last year, wanting to get this, and I got it. I actually got it for Christmas. My best friend gave it to me for Christmas, and I'm so happy she did. So this is Candyman. This is the original, not the new one that came out. And yeah, so there's the back of it. It says, "We dare you to say his name 5 times." And I can do that right now. Candyman, 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 Candyman. I don't see a Candyman. Anyways, yeah. I'm so excited to watch this again, since I haven't watched it in years. I watched it like years ago. Oh, this is R-rated. Anyways, for violence and gore. Anyways, I'm excited, and maybe next year I'll get the other 2, because there's like 2 other ones. There's it's basically a trilogy, and then there's the new one. Okay, so the next movie I have here is one that I've had on my list for years, and when I mean years, I mean years, probably like 8 years or so, and that is Henry, A Portrait of a Serial Killer. So as I said, I've had this movie on my list for years. Like, I remember when HMV was around, still in Canada, and I remember trying to find this in store, and I couldn't find it. I don't think they had it, but I finally gave in and bought it this year. So this is Henry, A Portrait of a Serial Killer. This is like the 30th anniversary Blu-ray edition, so I bought a Blu-ray. You'll notice this year that I actually bought a lot more Blu-rays than previous years. I think Blu-rays are kind of warming up to me. Or I'm warming up to Blu-ray. Anyways, so this is Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Here's the back here. So, yeah. It looks like a great movie, and I'm excited to watch it. I actually have not seen this movie, and I've had it on my list for years. I wanted to buy it before watching it, but also I don't think I've seen it anywhere to be able to stream, or I don't think I've ever seen it on TV either. But anyway, so Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, and I'm so happy to have this in my collection. Alright, so next movie I got here is Bram Stoker's Dracula. So I got this for like, it says $9.99, but I actually got it for about, I think, $5 or $7.99, because I bought a bunch of movies. So I bought this at Sunrise. Oh, I also bought Henry and from Amazon, and also the 2 Asian movies were also from Amazon as well. And yeah, so this is this. So I got this for about, yeah, as I said, $7 I think, because I bought a bunch of other movies and they had a deal, buy you know, a bunch and you get this for like cheaper. So anyway, so this is Bram Stoker's Dracula. Winner of 3 Academy Awards. Cool. Anyways, yeah, I'm excited to have this in my collection. I've seen this movie like years ago when I was younger, but looking forward to it. I mean, it's got Keanu Reeves in it. Anyways, alright, so the next movie I bought is actually not a movie, but 2 movies in one, and that is Halloween. So this is a Halloween 2 movie collection. I didn't know they released this until I was in store and I saw it, and I'm like, ooh, I'll get that. Because it's kind of cool to have like both movies in one, right? So this one has Halloween, the one that started off from 1973, and then it has the newer one from 2018, which is like the sequel to this one. So I have never owned Halloween yet. I've seen it like multiple times. And the reason why I actually never bought Halloween until like now is because I always felt like you could watch it every Halloween. It was always on TV airing. So like, why have it on DVD when I could just like watch it on Halloween? Because I felt like that would be the only time I would really want to watch it. It's on Halloween. But anyway, so I finally got it, and I got the sequel, which is also called Halloween. And yeah, so this was in 1978. Death came to a small town. In 2018, he returns. So this is the whole set. So basically, with the new Halloween from 2018, which is 40 years later, it kind of like retcons all the other Halloween movies. So like Halloween 2, 3, 4, 5, and all the way up to like H2O. Was it H2O, I think? Yeah, H2O. Like 20 years later or something. So it kind of retcons it all and makes it that any movie after like Halloween 2018 is canon. And all the other ones are not canon anymore. So it kind of sucks that way. But I'm also really excited to like see this, because I actually haven't seen the new Halloween. I mean, I've seen this one, but I haven't seen the new one yet. For some reason, I just never got around to it. I remember wanting to see it in theaters and never got around to it or something. I don't know what it was. But anyways, I'm excited to finally watch it. So, yeah. And I bought the Blu-ray because it was the 2-pack. And I thought, why not? So, as you can see, $22. I bought this at Sunrise Records. Alright, the next horror movie I bought is Fearcom. So, as you can see, I bought this at the dollar store here for $2.50. And yeah, so this is what it looks like. I've never actually seen this movie. I only know a little bit about it, but it looks really good. A web of inescapable terror. Surfed any amazing websites lately? Once you log on, there's no turning back in Fear.com. A steadily amped up shocker. Cool. Anyways, I think I've heard about this movie, just never got around to watching it, and I saw it at the dollar store, and I thought it was good. Want to see a really killer website? Anyways, I think there are a few other movies that have like similar concepts, or TV shows like about like people being filmed. Anyways, it looks decent and excited to watch it. The next movie I have here is Midsommar. I've been wanting this movie for a while since it came out. Like, I've seen it and it is amazing. Like, I love it. But I just never owned it on DVD and I needed to get it. So I got the Blu-ray. I believe this is like this is just a Blu-ray. I thought it was a Blu-ray combo. But no, it's just a Blu-ray plus digital. But I got it for $9.97, so I think that's a great price. And yeah, I also bought this at Sunrise Records, and I'm excited to watch it again because I only seen it once. Like, I saw it with a friend. And yeah, the next one I have here is Army of Darkness. I don't know if you can see it there. There we go. Army of Darkness. So I got this for $12. This is the Blu-ray edition. It's a screwhead edition, but this one comes with like cool special features. Hence why I bought the Blu-ray, because like it comes with stuff that I don't think you can get on the DVD. So yeah, I'm finally happy to have the Army of Darkness here, since I own the Evil Dead 1 and 2. I just never owned Army of Darkness, so yeah, I'm excited. No Bruce Campbell. And yeah, so this is Screwhead Edition, which has like Blu-ray exclusives, and it has like the BD Live, which is like the Blu-ray Live. I remember when that was being advertised years ago. But I'm excited to watch this, so yeah. And another Blu-ray, I know, and I think I mentioned it last year, saying that I prefer like buying the DVD for some reason. I feel like this year, Blu-rays are just, I don't know, I'm falling in love with Blu-rays a little bit more. I feel like they might have actually a better quality than DVD. But I do like getting the Blu-ray combo more than getting Blu-ray exclusive, unless the Blu-ray has special features that the DVD doesn't. And that's mostly because I think I mentioned it before, that not everyone has a Blu-ray player. So it's nice to be able to have the DVD, so if I go to someone's house, I can play it and not have to worry. But yeah, anyways, Army of Darkness. Alright, so we're down to the last 4 movies. And these are all movies that came out either this year or last year. So the first one I have is The Hunt. So I remember wanting to see this movie when it first came out, when the trailer came out, but it got delayed because of the pandemic, and I think it did end up coming out in theaters, but I didn't get to see it. But yeah, so here's The Hunt, and here's the back of it. You can see that, and it says clever, gory, often very funny. A funny and ultra-violent action movie. It actually is a horror movie. It's like a horror thriller, or a thriller horror movie. But I'm looking forward to seeing it. So here's The Hunt. And it's from the producers of The Purge. It's from Blumhouse, so yeah. Oh, and I also bought this at Sunrise Records, and it was like $10. Alright, so next one I have here is A Quiet Place Part 2. So I actually haven't seen this one yet. I've seen the first one, and it was amazing. I really liked it, and I'm looking forward to watching the second one. So this is Quiet Place Part 2. I also got this at Sunrise Records. This was $18.97, and this is the Blu-ray digital one. So another Blu-ray, I know, and I think Blu-rays are warming up to me. And this is a Blu-ray. Oh right, it's warming up to me mostly because this one has Blu-ray exclusives. Yeah, Blu-ray includes exclusive director diaries with, yeah. So it has some Blu-ray, I think, exclusive stuff that DVD doesn't have, which would be like this stuff here. So, but yeah, now I'm remembering that's what I got it for. But anyways, Blu-ray, and it comes with the digital and bonus content. Yeah, includes stuff. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. This is a masterclass in suspense. Exhilarating. Alright, so the next movie I have here is The Grudge. So this is the new Grudge movie. And I actually haven't seen this one yet. But I'm really looking forward to watching it. I think this movie came out just before the pandemic hit. And I just never got around to watching it. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm thinking maybe next year of doing a movie marathon of all the Grudge movies. Because this year I did a Ring movie marathon, where I did all 3 of the Ring movies, the American movies, and also the short film. Because if you didn't know, there's a short film that's set between the first and the second movie. And yeah, and then I also did all the Scream movies, which I thought was good. And it's great because there's a new Scream movie coming out in January, so it was like perfect timing. And yeah, so I'm thinking maybe next year we do The Grudge. So this is the new Grudge movie. I think I showed you the back. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. This one, chilling, horrific, creepy. This one has like over 40 minutes of special features, including alternate ending. Nice. Anyways, I got the Blu-ray for this one. Yeah. Can't remember why I got the Blu-ray. Might have been because of some of the special features. Might have been only on the Blu-ray, but yeah, anyway, The Grudge. Alright, so the last movie I'm going to show you is The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. So I actually haven't seen this movie yet, but I have plans to watch it. Actually, after I film this video, I'm going to be watching it. So, this is The Conjuring 3. If it will focus, you can see it. There we go. Anyways, it says based on the shocking true story of demonic possession. So yeah, and this is the Blu-ray. Oh, this is the Blu-ray digital code one. Anyways, I paid $26 for this, and I got this at Sunrise. And I also got The Grudge on Amazon, and Quiet Place Part 2 was from Sunrise as well. So I did a lot of Amazon and Sunrise, and then I bought one movie at the dollar store. So yeah. Alright, so that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did filming it. And all the links are down below to where you can find me everywhere else on the internet. And I hope to see you guys soon with a new video. And until next time, bye! Okay, so a little surprise for the end here is my cat. So her name is Kiki, and she's about 9 months old now, aren't you, Kiki? Yeah. I got her earlier this year after my previous cat passed away, and I knew I needed a new cat. I just couldn't live without not having a cat. So I got her. So she is a Siamese, and if you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen some pictures of her. She is a lilac point Siamese. She's a classic style Siamese. Siamese like have like 3 stars. Anyways, she was knocking on the door to get in. So I'll end it here again. So bye.